Alrighty. I think we are live in the game, and it's time to cook. Um, so the players are joining the game. The entire Topaz team has arrived, but we're missing the Emerald team. So far, they have 7 players in the game. We're expecting that they'll be able to rally in full, but excited to see how this will play out. Um, so excited.
Yeah, I mean, and this is probably going to be one of the more comp matches of the seating placements.
Very interesting decision from. Wait, okay, yeah, no, they're not in team chat. From Topaz, they're asking Vin to medic when they've got Taspo and serving game.
I think Hugo actually wants Tasper to assault and open him up because I don't think they know how washed Tasper is for medic, and they can't 100% rely on that. But Vin's been filling up
There we
the
go.
medic role
Okay.
pretty well.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think that, to be honest, what we're learning about ALTARIS is that your medics are important, but what's more important is your capability to shoot. And a lot of the time, we tend to put our best players on medic and then find ourselves struggling afterwards when we need our players.
Yeah, for sure.
So I see the vision from the Topaz team. Anon's here, the god of ALTARIS himself. Guy who has an addiction greater than anyone else's.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say God. I'd say more of crack addict.
That might work more. Yeah. Guy who plays it too much.
If there's an Altaris to be found, he will be there.
That he will.
That's actually a good point to bring up, though, because Emerald's got, with him leading, or at least, making some good shot calls, it's a close map on leadership standards. I mean, Gabe's here. Gabe doesn't have a ton of map experience, but he's Gabe.
Knows the map, and Dooley's also fantastic here. I'm actually thinking Dooley might be the medic for their team. He's been putting up
I
numbers.
Oh yeah.
I
Dolly's
would
definitely the
almost
medic right
I
now.
would almost bet money on it. I'm not sure who their second medic will be. I know
I think it would be Saul.
Sword played pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
They also have, I don't know if he'll be here. They do have Crash. He could probably, if he shows up, that's probably an option.
Most definitely. And going to look into the Emerald comms, they're still kind of struggling a little bit. Looks like Crash won't be able to come for today, which may make this game a little bit more difficult for them.
That's a big loss for them because he's seasoned at the map as both an assault and a medic.
Yeah, most definitely. For those of you who don't know, we have 2 games today. We have the Ruby C9 game and the Topaz Emerald game at the same time. We're going to be streaming the Topaz Emerald game as we think this map on ALTARIS could be more interesting. And also, we want to promote Snow Core maps. The C9 Ruby game, though, is looking to be an interesting map. It'll be on Ordana. The Ruby team has rallied. What they're missing, though, and this has kind of been a conversation since the draft, is they had these 2 top picks. They got Jaws, they got Disenchanted, and Disenchanted's here, but Jaws is nowhere to be found. And in other events, we've had Jaws there and Disenchanted nowhere to be found.
I believe
And
Joe's on a trip today, so
Jaws says he won't be back until the actual
playoffs, yeah.
playoffs matter.
Yeah.
So, not gonna lie, if I'm Red, I'm a little bit disappointed in Disenchanted. He's been picky about the maps he shows up to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not something you want from somebody that you pick so early.
I mean, I'd hate to say it, but I told you so.
Yeah. I don't think many people disagreed, but I also think Red probably overvalued Docs. Probably
Yeah,
thought it was going to
definitely.
occur.
There's Crash.
Crash does join. That's a good pickup for Emerald.
That gets them up to 10 players. Actually 9 players, sorry, because
No,
I teamed
9.
myself over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, the Ruby team has rallied. I believe they have 12. But again, missing, you know, they've got 3 of their last 5 picks in the draft. Which is difficult for them. Well, a lot of their
That
top guys are missing.
that C9 team is looking strong. That's looking similar to the team that walked all over Emerald at Ordana.
Yeah, and to be honest, we talk about that C9 team. There was a fear initially that that team just wasn't strong enough. But as their players have begun to rally, as their roster has begun to really kind of build chemistry, they're getting scary.
No doubt. And I mean, something that's really cool to see with that C9 team is their hitters didn't throw a fit and quit and stop showing up to stuff. I mean, Faxis is there, Home Touch is there. Like their main guys, took the losses and they're still showing up. Some of these
Hmm.
other teams, that's not the same story.
Now, what I think's been
Definitely.
most interesting, sorry to cut you off, Neha, but the most interesting thing about that Cloud9 team is they are missing a few of their top end starters. Um, you know, they don't have people like Scar is there, but Shock rather. Shock is not there. I believe they're missing Nulium, Oxlidus, and Baki for this game. Those guys, that's 4 starters, right? And that's a very strong core that they've built and don't have. But to be honest, you go look at that Cloud9 team and the depth is something that we talked about, you know, being a concern, right? Maybe the fall off of the top teams, but they've got depth. They've got depth on that team that's just better than everyone else's, it seems.
I mean,
It
I
seems
think
for
I think
between them
there's
and
just a
Emerald and
strong mental on Cloud9, to be honest with you. Like a very strong mental.
I would say though Topaz has a lot of depth as well. I mean, like you go down their list, they might not have like obviously excluding Hugo, who's a freak of nature, one of the best on the game right now. Outside of that, they don't necessarily have like top 10 players on the game, but they have a ton of top 50. Like they've got a lot of really good guys, even if they aren't necessarily the best. And that type of a team, a lot of time, is more scary because you don't really see the same kind of weaknesses. Like there's a lot of consistency when you bring those type of teams.
Most definitely. Uh,
So I believe they have until 05
I'm gonna
to
give them till
get a team.
10 just to see
Till
if they can
10.
pull a roster. Evil Cadet has joined their VC. One will assume that he's going to be playing. I mean, look, they have some of their hitters in this team. Like, it's not like they're missing everybody, but you know, Shinsire, Dreadful, you know,
But especially at this map,
Shaq.
Dreadful is a big player to miss. Like
It's
this
a
is one of
huge.
his maps, and
It
that's
is.
you know
Yeah, actually, they're missing a lot more than you'd think. Never mind. I'm looking at it. Shinsire, Dreadful. This will be brutal. They're also missing people like Daze, Shaq, Zeffins. Right, those are really strong players that they just don't have. Um,
Definitely.
really,
I think Shin is a big one that they're missing out on for this map.
Shaq is coming apparently.
that should be their lat.
No, they need one
Nah,
more. I'm on
they need
there.
one more.
I'm on the
Yeah.
hostile team. Um, I think I'm gonna stick on the hostile team for this one because I think the thing of seeing the team ESP of where they are is really interesting. I think the Topaz team will be much more coordinated. So seeing the Emerald team, you know, they have kind of the highest boom or bust potential, and I kind of want to see where they're at. And while this is going on, for those of you who are in the stream, ROR is rating Polaris. Would highly recommend those of you who are not playing head to the Polaris, take them down.
Um, I'm gonna handle Charles on the Emerald team. I mean, on the Topaz team. If you want to cover the Charles on the Emerald team self.
Sure. I think they all have admin though, don't they?
Yeah, they
True.
should be able.
Oh wait,
They
I
should
think
be
they
able
just
to.
Charles.
I think they charred themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah.
Looking back towards that Emerald VC, Rakecto has joined the VC.
They do. If that means they do officially have a full team, even if it's he might not be the the ideal guy out of their entire potential lineup.
Yeah, and Rakecto, it was his birthday a couple days ago.
But...
Belated birthday to Rakecto.
It seems that Topaz is saying Raps has to go, but Passvane will be filling in for him
And that is when we talk about the depth on Topaz. I
on
mean,
Topaz. Yep.
that's the fact that they're starters. Oh, Rakecto is in the game, but looking at that Topaz team, like they took out a bunch of players that would start for almost every team playing today. Um, every team is playing maybe a little a little bit without their top teams, seemingly except for the Topaz team.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, they have a great roster. I
Well,
think they drafted perfectly.
that's the reward for picking Snowcore guys in a Snowcore tournament. They know who's going to show up and how they're going to perform. You get consistency and you get a lot of experience playing together. That really shows.
Most definitely. Had to grab myself a little bit of a drink while we wait for the team to show up, and Shinsire
And
has officially
Inside's in
joined the game.
There we go.
This is going to make this a lot more interesting now.
Now, all we wait for is
Shaq.
Passvane.
Well, Shaq needs to join
Well,
for.
Shaq could potentially.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Shaq, I believe, will be playing for the rating team, and then
That would actually make the Emerald team pretty strong with Shaq there. Who's Hybrid Cannon?
Hybrid Cannon's a soul guy. Semi-elite player. But he's not going to ruin your team not being there, So I think that the thing that we talk about with I mean, honestly, Emerald and Topaz both have this where they probably have 15, 16 deep of starters or people that they wouldn't hate starting. Whereas I don't know if I can say that about Ruby or Cloud9.
Right. I mean that Ruby team, they've been struggling both with activity and just depth in general. They have a few hitters that are showing up consistently, but then they always are rallying late, and the people that do show up from the rally aren't necessarily the people they want starting for them.
Mm-hmm.
Passvane's here.
Passvane has arrived. So the Topaz team is full, and Shaq has also arrived. So the Emerald team is full.
Yeah. I think the Snowcore team has one too many. Ah, yeah, there we go.
It's Arctecto was subbed out.
I'm going to reset all of our stats so you guys can see the teams that the teams that are set up. Obviously, Dude Shark, myself, and Nihat are just here to watch, commentate, and make this interesting. So we look at the rosters. Krayshawn, Void's Wizard, Taspo, Hugo, Stint, Eterns, Kiyomi, Sebi, Serve, Ventistic, Pastvane, and Mike. That's a roster. That's one of the teams that I think they've got great chemistry, great comms, and honestly, kind of everything they need to win a game like this. Now, looking towards the rest of the team or the rest of the players that they could have had, I think they have most of their starters. Someone like Xurley is a pretty solid player on this map, but he doesn't necessarily have to be here. And beyond that, yeah, I think they have effectively their starting roster. I guess the only player I would maybe consider is Vibes LT. He's a really strong shooter that they don't have starting, and then Raps as well. Those two would probably start in the ideal world.
Yeah, I think
Um,
they subbed Vibes LT out for Passvane, but like to be honest, the team still looks like pretty capable even without him.
Yep. I think both teams are actually looking pretty strong here. It seems like not a ton of weak spots. The thing that I think really will make a difference is a lot of leadership. If I was giving advice to Emerald, specifically to Dift, I would say listen to a non-engage. They're going to make a lot of calls that are really going to be the difference for you. So you need to trust them instead of trying to take it on yourself, which you've been, seeing him trying to do this tournament. It hasn't really been working out for him. He got a lot of criticism for the Ordana because of that. So
yeah, I mean, I think that they have the roster. They have, I mean, a point that I think we might want to make. We've got people like Kiyomi and mainly Kiyomi and maybe even Stint and E-Turns on the Topaz team, who are seen as more of these newer players, maybe not the strongest players, etc. But on the Hostiles team, you've got a few more. We don't know Evil Cadet well, but Dift, Anon, Soar sometimes, and then we don't know much about Hybrid Cannon, but that's 3 to 4 players that I'm not sure we can trust.
Yeah, I
Beyond
think.
that, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing about Emerald is their chemistry and how they play together. Like, how they gonna be able to keep up with each other? That's a real question everyone's been asking all tournament. Ever since they started losing their matches, they've been all over the block.
A quick disconnect from Void's Wizard. The game will start in about 30 seconds. Can he rejoin in time, or will they have a late player to the push? The game is starting. There he is. He joined the game. He gets in before it all goes to shit. Dreadful may be able to join the game, I'm hearing.
you said sprint first before doing the.
Yeah, sprint first.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Alrighty. And the pushes are off. Looks like both teams. Oh no, there's a pad. Oh, this is a scary pad. They both went left. Oh
It's
no.
gonna be an interesting fight here.
They just need to stay alive. Like it's whoever can stay alive the longest, really.
Keep fighting for the high ground.
Whoever's they have one. Hostiles have one going for the term, and that's just free for them, really.
Is
He's
Dooley gonna
capping.
take it? No, he's just healing.
No,
He's dead.
The Snow.
he dies a little bit of trollage from Dooley.
Wait, but the Topaz team is starting to
kind of
clear,
doesn't
but they're all
Yeah,
low.
They clear with almost no casualties.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
They
that's
need to
3
pick that
dead.
up.
3
Wow.
dead, and Emerald has 2 people like late. And like I think they staggered that really, really well. Actually, I don't think you could have asked for a better outcome for that team.
I don't exactly know what happened. It seemed just like a good old fashioned shootout that Topaz won.
I think
pad
Emerald just
again.
split each other way too much. They need to sit down and bunker
maybe
up. To be honest, they can't be swinging here.
Topaz needs to make sure they're keeping somebody on term. They could easily have more cap now if they did.
And here comes the first push. And Topaz
pretty
looks
even.
like they're winning it like pretty
Yeah,
solidly.
Topaz
To
will
be
win
honest
that.
with you.
4 players left alive. 6 players left alive for Topaz.
Strong
And
fight for Topaz.
yeah, it'll be interesting to
Serve
see.
outdoing everybody.
Mm-hmm. It'll be quite interesting to see what they will do.
It's actually a strong performance coming out of Gabe. It seems like he's, putting the team on his back pretty early, but
So, I mean, obviously, like the skill disparity between the names. Obviously, we know our known elites and whatnot, but man, Topaz is winning the first few fights against like these big elites. Like, do you think they're getting into Emerald's heads right now? They're just
And
walking down on him.
and if you look at this real quick, Diff just is talking in the chat about going cap spot early, and the Topaz team is already here with 2 players. Diff alone has no chance. He's also
it
talking
seems like
in team.
Topaz is reading him like a book.
Topaz is just ready. They're ready for anything right now.
They have their
think
own
they're
balcony. They have mid control. They have term
Taspo?
control.
Taspo needs to like
Taspo,
chill.
yeah.
He needs to get ready for that term cap because their back's gonna be beaming right now. And he's got that. He's got that.
Gets it. That's very big from
And
Taspo.
Tower needs to start shooting instantly. They need to start looking for E-turns.
Yeah, he needs to stay alive. Serve needs to be looking at him or one of their medics. There we go. He gets it.
And they're pushing.
He needs to just wrap and just stay alive as long as possible. He shouldn't.
And
There
Diffed
you go.
almost at the cap. And
E-turns-
E-turns. And one more.
E-turns hasn't
And
lost a point of HP in this entire push.
And E-turns played that perfectly. What a rotation from E-turns around the crate.
That cap
And
from
we
Taspo is really gonna pay dividends now because it's
100%. They played that perfectly. Couldn't ask for better, really.
And E-turns, he loses the fight.
He loses it to
Evil Cadet is
Evil Cadet on 1 HP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Taspo, is this even
Mike.
Taspo? Mike coming
No,
right
Mike-
out just to hold.
Securing good play from Mike actually.
Mid tower is interesting. Shin wins the 1v1, but now he's stuck bottom at 1 HP, and he gets slammed. Medic
Then
kills him.
Medic drops on him.
But the
And
mid
one goes
push
to
is coming
Tony.
in. 4 players rushing mid. They might take mid here.
Kiyomi needs to support Mike here on this turn play.
7 Vin drop. They're kind of disconnected.
Kiyomi needs to look to look term here. If he's not looking term, they could forfeit this really hard.
7 Vin slam. They get nothing. They get 1.
And they're going for term. And Evil Cadet loses it to Mike. Great play from Mike and Kiyomi.
Huge pick. But they have mid. They're almost about to have their balcony. This could get interesting.
But the term is rotating in 15 seconds. 120 and every 120 seconds the term rotates, and then 60 seconds until it reaches the next point. So they can't really go for this. It's not viable.
Seems like Emerald is trying to set up to get ready to contest the Balk, but they're not going to do anything with 3.
And a random fling from Shinsire puts him into the far corner. Thankfully, he stays alive.
I think holding three tower might not be very beneficial for Emerald here. They're coming through the spawn by the looks of it. They're playing on a spawn play.
Yeah, but Topaz is ready for it.
Topaz needs to wait, and if they go up the balk, they need to be very, very careful.
This play from Mike means everything, and he loses the fight to Dift.
And they're up on the balk, and Topaz needs to get up ASAP.
They're getting up, but
it's close.
I think just in the nick of time.
I think Topaz wins it. Yeah.
Oh, they're going down. Some of them are going down.
They can win this.
Alive.
The Emerald team can win this if they make the right play. Gabe is still alive. This is a 2v. Oh no, Gabe falls, and that's Topaz.
And Palstrain clears it.
Emerald's committed too many mid. If they had maybe 3 there, and the other guys hoping fight that Balk, they win that fight.
Agreed.
Overcommit mid.
And the flings come out. Quick padding over to the other team's balcony. Crashes under. Does he get a cap here? Yes, he does. Nobody pays attention, and Crash gets a cap.
And they need to cap that.
They drop 2 down for it. This is the perfect chance.
They need to be careful with their numbers. Topaz is getting really, really sidetracked with all these little flanks.
Shinsire stuck down here on 1 HP, loses the fight. 2 players down there.
Serve's got to be probably the best medic on the game right now.
Definitely.
Outfragging Jaws last time, outfragging Dooley and Sketchy Snake this time.
And looks like Emerald's going back to catch spot.
Emerald's
Topaz
getting the point.
needs to stop playing for tower, or they need to push out term. It's one or the other.
You see, the thing that Topaz is doing well here is they're making good decisions to hold. The worry really is they must take the balcony. They must take the other team's balcony if they want a chance at taking mid. And so far they haven't made that rotation. And
I
oh
think
wait, they
Krayshawn's already
did.
started. Yeah,
Krayshon's already
Krayshawn's
there
already
in a 1v1
started.
with Anon, but Anon has full HP. Krayshawn does not, and he
And he's
wins the
taking it.
fight on 1 HP.
Krayshawn getting flanked out really quickly though. He needs to make a decision. Yeah, and
Shin
he's
is yeah,
dead.
he gets picked. Shin is here now.
Emerald is. I don't know the map well, aren't they? Isn't the catch spot a little further up? Don't they want to be
You
pushed
can
up?
cap you it's about safety.
You can. Yeah, it's about safety. Yeah.
So basically, you can gamble to capture the point closer, right? But then you run the risk of being pushed out and with the enemies having a better angle, or you can cap farther back and not run any risk and make them push you. For those of you who are in the chat asking what game this is Roblox, and it's the clanning genre of Roblox where each clan groups have bases. These bases get played in a hyper competitive third person shooting environment. This map, the Pride of ALTARIS, owned by a clan called Snowcore. And this is the Snowcore Summer Tournament. The top players from Snowcore have all been drafted.
Sword gets the cap early.
The cap is
Yeah,
there,
very
but
early
for the
cap.
top players from Snowcore have been drafted. 4 teams, 100 players total, 25 per team. And this map is to decide the seeding for our playoffs, which begin tomorrow. Moving back into the commentary, the Emerald team has a lot of guys on this point, and I don't think Topaz has the capability here to make a play. They don't have mid, and they only have 2 guys alive.
They're sending it down mid right now. They should have padded up while these guys were pushing and just like played on the back. And here we go. Topaz taking mid. They win it, I think.
No,
One more?
it's a tie.
No.
No, they
Oh
lose.
yeah,
The
they
balcony
just traded
clears it.
One person,
Yeah.
2 people.
Emerald
Yeah.
keeps tower. Emerald's
And
actually
Krayshawn and Pathfind stuck.
very strong hold here. It's gonna take some organization.
I think they just need to start playing for their balk. Go through.
It seems like things are being delegated right now. Topaz kind of pushing one way, then running back the other, and then they take their left pad, putting them to the right side. Or at least one does. He turns, dies instantly.
And Topaz, big number of advantage on the tower here.
They fight.
What are they gonna make of it? And almost one more.
Serve running to stay alive. He dies at the bottom.
And one last one underneath their balk. He's gonna pad up again and he's gonna start shooting.
Diff.
Goes up.
Can he get a pick? He gets one. Can he get the heal? He doesn't. But the Emerald team has a hard lock on this point.
Yep. Topaz finally has mid. They might be able
Yeah.
to play.
I think they need to go garden. If they go garden here, they can get a pick on 5 people on term. That's big. 5 people on term, 3 people on term now. They just reset to, and 4 people on the big door.
And 2 of them
really
are medics
big.
here too. There's only 1 assault, and that's Soar. I don't know if they can hold this.
They need to start opening through right here.
They're going all the way to 4. I think.
No, they're heading up
No, I
on
think
top, so
they're
they can
playing
shoot
up.
down onto them. This is a great play. They just need the door open, but can the door be open? No, the overextension. They're making the play to stop these spawn players from shooting the terminal. Now the door opens, they get the picks. The other player here, who's been in wait the entire time, Krayshawn, pushes up.
Option on Hugo and Stint here. Tower needs to look for Hugo and Stint.
Hugo's able to do a lot of damage, but then they get stuck. It took too long to set up, and now it's going to their balcony.
Hugo's staying alive.
Nah, it finally ends.
Almost.
So real quick for our viewers, the point of ALTARIS is that both teams have their points, right? There is the defender side and the attacker side, and both of them will hold the point in theory for the exact amount of time they can, right? 120 seconds plus the 60-second rotation. The goal is to steal time from the other team and potentially hold the other team's time, either hostage via pauses or try and just take it yourself. This point under the Raider balcony is almost entirely impossible for the defenders to take. So if they can get a pause, a quick cap, as we saw the Emerald team do on the defender side, makes a huge difference. And a quick look at the scoreboard. the Topaz team is up about 9,000 points. Now, points come from both heals and damage. But looking at it, the Topaz team is not doing as much damage at their top. However, their heals are much stronger. And at the same time, we lost Evil Cadet. Evil Cadet leaves the game. Now it's at 11v12. This will make this fight a
They
little more
need to take
interesting.
advantage. Yeah, they need to just go. They're swinging him out. They need to fucking start crossfiring.
There's no crossfire in general. And 4 players mid, I think that's too much. Double medic mid. I think they left too much on the bone
No,
here.
they won that. They win that. They win that. They win that.
Do they? They do.
Yeah,
Wow.
they get that
wow.
They need to drop and get. They need to drop that and get that cap.
Get the cap
And
instantly. Krayshawn
That's
gets
really, really
it.
good from
Nice
him.
pause.
And they just won all their time back from what Crash
And
paused
the entire mid team rotates.
Yeah. That's big for him. That's really, really big for him. They need to get up. They need to pad up and just get on top. One's going for cap. Good kill.
They still hold the
Another one
pause.
about to go for it.
This is the time that they must hold, and they're going to get it back here, but not at the risk of lives. That's 3 people dead for 1 cap.
They need to push out. I think the players push out their ramp, kill whoever this is sitting on their ramp, and then play for cap here.
And a
Kiyomi.
quick pause
what a
from
pause.
Kiyomi.
Great pause.
Great play there from Kiyomi. Taking initiative. You got to imagine that was called by Higo. He probably saw it and went for it.
Definitely. We have 2 people behind term trying to go for it. 1 dead.
Happy
Big
Cannon
pick.
gets picked. Yeah, and this is where the split is so important. We see this on ALTARIS all the time. People
one
don't
go for cap.
support.
And he gets it. That is a lot of time to get back, considering Saw capped early and Crash played a pause on their side. They that's a really, really big thing for him. Hugo calling to run down their ramp and get this pick. They need to go fast. Krayshawn
going down.
We
Krayshawn
have
going
the
down, that's not good at
rotation,
all.
and Shinsai are taking advantage. He doesn't get up though, and now the
They need to
point
go
is
cap.
just
They need to go cap. They need to cap.
it's in no man's land.
Too slow. They're too slow.
Emerald's gonna
Sebi
just
needs
take.
to go.
There's 2 players here, 2 players for Topaz going for the cap.
Watch Sebi's back.
Hybrid
Nice.
Cannon needs
And
to get
Ethan.
this kill here, and he doesn't.
What are the back players doing? The back players are just oblivious to this. Well, I'm confused on what these five on back are doing. Like,
At this point, it doesn't matter. The Topaz team has full control. The Emerald team can't catch up, and the points in their side. They have almost a full spawn trap, holding their gate, holding mid, holding their own balcony. Now, Shinsai can make a play here to win this 1v1.
they need to sit in front of their spawn here, and they just need to fucking wait for time. They need to wait.
The Commander Quester, has joined the game. Great to see him on the
They're shooting
battlefield.
for creation, few trades. Not bad. They need a reinforced tower though. This Balk team, this tower team looking very weak right now. And Passfane gets 1. Passfane gets 2.
Passfane's still alive
3.
here.
And 2 left on that tower push. Great play from
And the tower is
from
cleared.
Topaz, yeah.
4 players tower. They have full control. And again, the point is just left. I mean, they bring Sebi here now, and Sebi as the point defender just pretty much clears it.
And Krayshawn gets a fling underneath their Balk, and he makes a
Looks like
great
he's-
play for it.
Looks like he's going down here.
Now he dies,
Oh,
yeah.
So takes him out.
Desolite gets the pick. We haven't seen Desolite this tournament so far, but he comes back from vacation and,
Seems to be
performing
the same.
solid.
There is quite the disparity. I mean, the bottom fraggers on Topaz would be at the middle of the leaderboard on Emerald.
Most
Yeah,
certainly.
I mean, can we admire the point difference where it's 14K, 15K almost.
Last time we talked it was at 9K. Now it's at almost 15K. And the
Topaz
push is
just
coming
increasing
in
that gap.
mid. It's a little bit
Hey,
late. They're
Tony,
losing
chill.
players. The
Tony, just-
slam comes
Ooh, and they're
down.
slamming. Questionable slam from Mike, to be honest with you, but
4 players
guess
still
it
alive.
works.
1 player over here, Anon. Does Anon get picked? He does.
yeah, I think Topaz just so dominant on a map like ALTARIS. It's super hard to take back what like the control that they take over the map.
And I don't see any hostile players even playing for the point. I think they're just giving this point and attempting to take the balcony, but I'm not sure that's the right decision here.
Are they even ready for that balcony fight? Is my question.
Well, they have 3 there. They're gonna send 3 plus their own balcony and maybe try and clear the middle. That's the only
They're
thing.
not even a. I don't think
And
they're
the
able to
point
even
is
clear the middle.
rotating. The point is rotating. I think they were too slow here. They still have
They
their own
they
balcony.
can't even clear middle. They don't have enough people to play for mid. Regardless, I think Topaz stays on top and the Balk just beams for him. It looks like it's gonna be a struggle for Emerald on this push here.
Emerald's gonna
And here
keep
we go.
trying. They're 1 by 1 and they're just dying.
Great play from Emerald.
Another pick
And
there
the
from
fourth one.
Desolite. The reinforcements just cannot get in. And the last 2 Emerald players who were hidden, all of them fall. 1 left, Soar. Soar is hoping he can maybe catch someone out here and get a quick little cap. No one's paying attention to him. This is his chance. If he wants to
He's
go
another
for it.
batter. They're gonna go for it.
Oh, but someone knows. Who's this right here? Oh, wait, does he know? He doesn't know. Hold on. Soar sees this guy right here reinforcing. He's going to come up and he needs to go. He needs to go now if he wants to make this work.
And Shaw going underneath, and he's going for the pause.
Is
and
Diff just going to
all
get
of-
it without Soar having to do anything?
Diff gets a cap.
And Soar can now hold it for the next couple of seconds. Yes, he does. He holds it. He holds the pause.
Taspo and Sebi going
And
in.
No, they get it back, though.
Big cap from Sebi. We got to realize, like, Topaz is still holding this tower.
I think they
They've
just
just
lost
lo-
it to
they've
Gabe.
just
I
lost
think
it. They just
Gabe
lost
just
it.
took it.
But-
Yeah.
But it just took him a 3v6 to win that over. I think, and it's crazy to me how well Topaz is doing on this. And Krayshawn on their balk already clears their balk. About to clear it instantly. Unlucky.
Yeah, Crash is going to win that duel most days of the week, but he's just sitting on the balcony with no thought process on what he's planning to do here. I
And
see
another
Diff,
going for cap, another
Diff going for cap, and they aren't paying attention. You know, this has happened now twice in games. Topaz against Ruby on ALTARIS, and then now Topaz again against Emerald. And
He needs
Topaz
to
has
spam
control.
on the kid under.
Topaz does not have control here. Emerald has a guy in the back.
They took control with 3 people against 6.
Krayshawn looks
Or
like they're,
8, sorry.
they're pushing for it.
They lose it
Diff
here,
take
but
that
that's 20 seconds that was given by Emerald. They now have cap spot. They have mid. They're fully set up for the next point. I
Those are
think
some
Emerald
big-
did a
We
good job
are-
here.
Yeah, we are looking at a really good matchup right here with the players, but to be honest, I think Topaz is set up early for this. Look at them on their balk. Emerald isn't even able to use mid tower yet.
They don't need to
both
yet,
set.
though. That's the key. It's okay. They're okay to sit bottom.
Yeah,
but
but-
as
but
these
Topaz
players
is
push
running 'em
mid,
down.
yeah, I don't know if this will work. They take their balcony though. If the Emerald players pad up, they can stay alive here. Shin has to get up.
Hugo getting recon midair, keeping him alive.
And they get that pick bottom.
It's
and
a 2v3.
2v5.
2v5.
on mid.
Wait, Diff beats Hugo in the fight to win turn here.
Diff is going to get a quick cap on term. This could actually end very, very well for Emerald here because they already have the cap spot. As long as Diff can keep pushing it back, it doesn't matter if they hold mid.
Krayshawn
If they
is on
win,
point,
if they
though.
win tower here,
Krayshawn
they
is
have
sitting
3
guard,
and
I
4.
think he's ready to make the play.
But I think Diff is prepared right behind him. Yeah, Diff is here. He's getting pushed out now by 3 of them. They had the mid play down. They were ready for it from the beginning.
I need
And
to be careful behind them.
this
Krayshawn's-
push has come in from mid. Shaq
Krayshawn's
is not
sitting
able to get
on the
one.
floor.
And that's that. They need to open these doors fast. Very, very fast.
E-turns takes them down. They've still got
Gabe can
Sebi
get a
back.
crazy pick here though. If Gabe gets this kill, he can't. He gets the kill. If Gabe gets that kill, they can stay alive.
They're playing inside the doors.
Krayshawn-
They're playing inside the
Krayshawn-
doors.
they're just gonna lock them out. But Gabe will
They
hold
locked them
term.
out.
But Gabe will hold term. They don't have any opportunity. They're locked out.
Doesn't matter. Sebi
They-
and Pathway can double back and
Look at
fight
that
this
view.
player and literally get to cap.
They're still
They need
fighting
to
it though.
go
They don't do
Taspo-
that.
Somebody gets
Door
flung.
4 needs to get closed
Shinsei
fast.
gets
And
flung.
Desolite and Shaq are able to just run straight up. Wait, no, they don't play together. This is a clusterfuck.
Topaz going down. Wait, that's
I don't know how you could go so wrong.
That's huge from Emerald because Shinsei distracted Taspo and
Yeah.
put some pressure on the belt.
And now they're fully
I don't-
set up
I-
with their own balcony, term itself, and they have players off spawn to support. This is a big
don't know,
blunder from Topaz.
I don't know how you could be Topaz and
Yeah, I don't
be in
know
that
how they-
situation.
They should have all stayed by Krayshawn and door 4.
They're padding over now, though. The fight will ensue, but there's more Emerald. Oh my gosh! The
And
flank comes
they all
from
get
Topaz, and they full clear
They
it.
need to run it down. They need to run it down. Pathway on the flank from spawn. He's gonna get a pick.
He gets
He's gonna
one.
get 2 picks.
Can he get 2 here? There's 2 players stuck on the corner.
There's a big cap. There's a big cap coming from Topaz here. They needed to hold some people back.
Great recovery from Topaz here. They're going to hold this point at least for the next 30 or so seconds.
They need to start shooting. Tower needs to start shooting. They need to go. They need to lock 4. They haven't locked 4 this whole time. They need to look term. They need a clear. They need a clear term. If
the Emerald team is getting over, is overextending. Hold on. Do they clear this? And the flank. The flank comes in from Shin.
I think that's a really upset from the Tower team. Void's Wizard, Serve, Stint, and Vin. I mean, 2 medics on Tower and 2 assaults. What can they do?
And Mike leaves the game. Might be a disconnect. Might be just a fit of anger. But you'll think about it. That mid team, there's not a single microphone. I think that could have hurt them. And now the point rotates, and it's going to their balcony where they already have a full team. They've wiped out half the Topaz roster, and I don't see a way forward for Topaz to take it until the next point.
I mean, then again, we're looking at a pretty even matchup after this next rotation. It's points are going to be pretty even.
Yeah, now if we think about it, right, assuming that the Emerald team takes their full time here, Topaz, and assuming that Topaz is able to cap, in the next couple points, they might be able to end it, but they'll have to end it on the Emerald side. That's going to be interesting how that plays out. And Mike rejoins back in the game. The Topaz captain himself.
And they need to be careful on their balk. Krayshawn clearing his balk out to protect his team. I think the use of pauses has been immaculate from Emerald this game. I don't think it can get any better, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for sure. I want to make sure everyone gets to see this.
For the new people in chat, this is a competitive Roblox planning event. It's actually a tournament hosted by Snowcore. This map is called the Pride of ALTARIS. I think the mod should link something in chat to let you guys check it out.
Yeah, you can check out our group. We're really active when it comes to competitive events. So if you're looking for something to do, a new community to join, this is the place to go.
I don't know if I see. There are streams up. Nihad, could we get you to do a quick little bit of field reporting and go check out the C9 Ruby game while we wait for this point?
For sure.
The push is coming in, though, from the Topaz team. They're starting to push.
It's a strong push. Both teams playing how they should.
But Shinsire with a flank. Can he get more than one? He gets one. He gets the other one low. But and the swing comes out from Gabe. He doesn't get the kill, though.
Topaz fully committing, and they all go down.
They all go down. Wow.
Emerald beats them easily.
Yeah.
Topaz, Mike with the flank. He's going to get the cap.
And some quick field report for you guys. And they all jumped off their balcony. Okay, so some quick field report. Ruby is up 880 to 700 against C9 on Ordana.
Wow, we did not expect that coming from C9. They've been touted as this really strong roster, but Ordana is the home map of Ruby.
Definitely. I think I was in the C9 VC for a little bit, and they were losing their cool. But on the other hand, Topaz getting an early cap right here.
Two of them. Two pauses.
Whole team.
Wow, this is amazing.
Emerald's whole team is on tower while Topaz just takes everything.
And now Topaz is going to take the balcony from them. They're just going to push out and clear it.
Yeah.
Dift, though. Dift has the potential to make the craziest play he can. He caps the point and gets the overextension here.
He really saved Emerald there. Dift, I think, has been playing immaculate this map.
Yeah, he's low-key been one of the MVPs for Emerald in terms of getting those sneak caps that really matter.
Topaz is able to take the point as it goes to their side.
But those few points, I mean, they add up.
They do.
Especially when 3 or 4 times throughout the game.
Passrain, in a 1v2, he loses it.
Shaq and Avitron are running for point.
Topaz needs to give this balk. They need to give it. What are they doing?
It's just, Shaq and Avitron are going to be able to cap here. I don't think that they're going to die. The off-spawn medic might be able to do some damage, but do they get the cap? It looks like they do the pause at least.
I think it's ridiculous from the Topaz side. I don't know what they're doing on their balk. Their balk's really starting to annoy me because I literally just don't know what they're doing. They're just playing it so stupidly.
Topaz gets the point back.
Soar
going
goes
down to that
down.
flank.
Topaz is going to hold this point for the rest of the time, but that's a good, 10, 15 seconds that they keep giving up every single point. This could come back to haunt them.
When 10, 15 seconds goes to their score, but that's also 15 seconds away from the other team. So it's, those small gains add up on both ends of the scoreboard. That really matters.
Yes.
And
I think at
Topaz
the end
is
of the
watching
game,
a
it
push.
just,
Hang on, Nihad. Real quick, there's a big push coming in from Emerald. Topaz versus Emerald in a very tight quarter fight. The Emerald team gets back on the balcony for the first time this point. This could get interesting. The push is coming in from Topaz, running them down, showing no respect. Krayshawn is up. His team catches him. They're about to swing.
They didn't know what point.
Dift with another monster play. Can he make it? No.
He stays alive.
He's alive, but he's running and he dies.
Does he get the
I
pause?
don't know why.
Oh, so
No,
close.
he doesn't.
He should have just hung up there. Unfortunate.
This Emerald team has had issues with their captain Dift, but he's doing immaculate work. And looking,
I think we need to wait for a sub out for.
Yeah,
It looks like they're about to get a sub out for Rectecto. Just waiting on him.
and beyond that, looking at the damage difference, almost 16,000 almost 15,000 damage difference between the two teams. The medic play of serve is unreal. 21,000 points. The point is now rotating to the defender spawn, and this is where Soar and Shin, if they make the right play, instead they go for the balcony. They could have gone through spawn to cap. They're getting swung out now. Do they get the picks here? They get one.
And Krayshawn covering the spawn play right here.
Yeah, no chance for the Emerald team. Now, we will say this game, if the Topaz team wants to take it, it has to end, and it will end on the Emerald side. Emerald, on the other hand, if they're able to just take a quick cap here, if they can win the next 3, they can take a lot of time.
Yeah, definitely. They just need to ride this momentum. Really, like they've been doing really well. So they take this momentum. If Emerald messes up a single push, I think they need to take tower control off of it. There's
the
nothing
Emerald
else they
team
can do.
still has their balcony though, and they're losing players. In
They're
fact,
losing it.
6
I
players
think-
just died to 3.
I think this is the chance to take tower. If I'm being like Topaz right now, they need to take it.
Shaq kills 2 though. Hugo and I don't see Past Vein stuck on the Raider balcony. Dift and Gabe can make a push here and try and clear it. And one dies. Dift swings in and loses the fight to Past Vein. Or Hugo rather. But Gabe wins it.
And Topaz took tower though. They went for the tower
play.
Wait,
but they can go for cap here. The Emerald team can just run straight for term. There's only 2 players on balcony. If they heal right, they can win this.
It's a 3v4 here on turn 4v4 now. Hugo saving him with an early pick. It's a 3v4 now in Topaz's favor. What are we gonna say? Eton's gonna slam
flank
here.
from
They're gonna push him out.
This is so big from
Perfect
Topaz.
play.
Great chemistry.
Good play from
And they need to look big though right here because Dift's about to start peeking and he's dead.
And now they're going to swing, and these players are all going to die here. No, never mind. They only lose 1.
They
lose perfectly.
2. I don't think you can.
Another one dies too. Only 2 left. Another one dead. It's only Soar in like a 3v9.
Power control still.
That was exceptional. And Soar is going to die here too. They're going to get the overextension here. This is amazing from Topaz.
This is what I'm saying. Like the momentum, like is just taking Topaz all the way. It couldn't have been done any more perfect. And here they come for cap. One got flung. No one.
9 players cross, and the Topaz team looks like they're going to finish up here.
Definitely.
3 players were holding, and the entire hostile team, aside from Dift, falls.
And one on cap. They got the cap. Emerald got the cap.
They did. They got the sneak.
Emerald does get the sneak, but Shin, can he clear? Dift is able to clear. If Dift can get overextension, there's no one to cap. Oh, no, but they get the pad. Anon, you have to kill Mike here. If you kill Mike, Dift can hold.
Dift is peeking the door, trying to get the cap, but that's really not the play.
2 Topaz players about to swing Mike here.
The
crazy fling from Desolite. He can't hold it.
Wait.
And they're going to get cap again. Emerald gets cap again. From Topaz, like, clearing basically everything. They They completely forfeited that point.
That's huge from Emerald. That's
I,
a little bit of luck there, admittedly, with the fling, but like that's insane.
this is amazing
50
from
seconds
Emerald.
on that clock.
Now, I will say, right, Emerald's going to get this. It's going to come to the point at about 7:10.
Emerald wrapping around into Garden.
Yeah.
I think Topaz is trolling, to be honest with you. Like,
They're getting a lot of picks here,
Topaz-
though.
Topaz needs to start, like, running it down.
It to term. Yeah, they should.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
The balcony
Oh,
puts
they
in
did.
work. They clear. So let's think about the math real quick. They're going to hit the point at 7:12 or something, as I said. Then you got about 180 seconds, right? 20 seconds, or 120 seconds from this point, and then 60 seconds as it rotates, and then another 120.
Yeah. It's
So
ending on Emerald territory.
will they'll end with?
Should.
It's about they have about 200, about 300, about 300 seconds. You're right.
I think the
should-
play
they
here
should
is
have
Tower
a
drops and pushes their spawn. I think Tower needs to drop and push their spawn.
They,
Kill everyone on the flank side and just run it down for turn from the front.
Well, looking at it from Topaz's perspective, they don't need to necessarily get the cap here. They just need to stall out.
And then they have Garden. Here we go. This is the play.
Here's the
that they've
play, and
been waiting
Rotecto's
for.
the only one holding here. But these three players are going to need to do work. Diff,
Oh, look how silly this
Sketchy,
is.
and
Look how silly
Dooley.
this is. Goal 4 has been open the entire game, and Topaz is doing nothing about it. And they locked him in. And it's over for Rotecto.
He gets picked. And as a quick update from the Ruby team versus C9, C9 takes it 1,000 to 981 in a nail biter.
That's gonna be a rough one.
That is crazy close for Ruby.
Yeah.
Now, the entire Ruby Emerald team is sitting here ready to hold this. I'm not sure that... oh, wait, the flank comes in from mid, though. This is a classic Hugo play.
They gotta.
And they need to start pop shotting these spawn doors.
They don't have someone to open, though. They didn't leave a player to open.
Hugo's there.
Hugo opens. They go for the point. Can they cap? They can.
That's huge.
And they just need to stay alive on this spawn door. They need to stay alive.
They must stay alive.
They're getting pushed out. They're getting swung.
The
They
point.
need to
They're
see
going
this
for the
come
point
in.
now. They're going to take this too. Emerald will take the point.
Serve going down.
They needed to limit their peaks and choose.
Wait, hang on. But the Topaz team is still alive. They have one player. Krayshawn is still. Krayshawn falls.
That cap though was huge for Topaz. That kind of changes things a little. And they're going for their Belka immediately. That's exactly what they need to be doing.
Yeah, and look, if they can stall any time here, if they
and Emerald's playing for tower, this is the wrong play. It's gonna end on their balcony. And they're playing for tower here. They need to stop.
No,
I think Emerald's.
Ventistic got flung and doesn't. Oh, he should have.
The Topaz team, they lose the Balk fight. This gets dicey.
Ventistic should not have showed himself there. He should have just wrapped around and got the little pause, and
he can still go for it.
He can now, but he should have just done that. He tried to heal his team from across the balcony, and it just didn't work out for him.
Dooley pushes Vin, doesn't get the pick. But if you think about timing here, guys, in about what it's going to get there in about 10 seconds. So at 870 and it's 120 seconds, it's going to end. The game will end without any pauses right here on where I stand. This can get really interesting.
Yeah, I definitely think they need to play for a few pauses and stall this out because it's not really working out for them.
I don't know how this will play. The Emerald team is set up on their own balcony. Topaz rallied around. Where did they go? I don't see them. I don't have the ESP.
They're going on the balk. They're splitting pads. They need to send one for Cap here.
Do they have a sneak? They don't. There is one going for... They all know. They knew about him from day one, but the push comes in, and they're getting picks. Is this doable?
They need to take this control. They need to take
the push comes in. They're in the point, but they baited. The left side baited. I don't know if this will work. And for some reason, Topaz is playing 3 players on their own balcony. What is this?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing, to be honest with you. I think one of them's a medic and 2 of them are assaults. And Emerald's taking a lot of map control here. They're pushed up. Very pushed up, actually.
That's
going to get a lot of kills.
All they need to do is delay, too. They don't need to win these fights. They just need to make it enough of a fight
as hard as possible. Definitely.
that they can't. They get to the big door though, and
But that is 5 people out of turn. If Topaz just runs it down in big door and like they
they
take
go
this,
big.
it's
I
like,
think
this
Gabe's
shouldn't
position
happen.
means
They stay
everything.
alive. They stay alive. They all stay alive except for one. That's
Are-
huge from
Are
Topaz.
they going to
They
be
get
able
the
to cap here?
They don't.
They
Oh, that's
don't.
tragic.
Pause. They got to pause. They got to pause.
Yeah, they did get a pause. They did get a pause. The point now will end on their side. It will end right through that door. If they can stay alive here, this can end it right here.
They need to be taking that path.
And
And
winning this.
Emerald
They need to
Emerald
keep
loses
it.
a player in the last few seconds.
Going, ooh, that's
And
great.
Stop
the
suiciding
crossfire
for
is
the
crazy.
point. The pause is still in though. Topaz is making all the right moves here, but the Emerald team is reinforcing. Topaz is still alive, being pushed out, and Passman
The
kills
team is
4. The point still has not been capped, and as it rotates,
They get the cap.
if Topaz can
They
get
need
their
to set
team
up for
set up
this.
right here, they can win right here. This is the final flashpoint.
That's
They're
crazy.
they need to watch for the Emerald pad. They're padding right on this team right here.
Yeah, but in 20
20
seconds,
seconds,
the point
20
will
seconds.
end on Void's Wizard.
They're going down. Oh,
And the
Hugo
cap,
gets a cap.
Hugo gets the
And
full
don't
cap,
forget-
and there's no one to go for it from the left.
Boys,
Emerald
these are
has to
second
come
live.
in.
They need to stay alive. They need to stay alive here. They
They win.
cannot mess this up.
They win
They
that.
cannot mess
Emerald
this
has a
up.
flank though. Emerald has a flank, Desolate and a Viatron, but it looks like they're gonna fall.
Too
And I
late,
think
too
we
late, yeah.
just saw the end of the game in a crazy
I-
play from Hugo.
I think that is a crazy, crazy finish. I think they played the pause perfectly. I think everything that this map has just shown how to play ALTARIS correctly from both teams.
Wow, that is a picturesque ending to a fantastic match. 999, 1,000 to 984. 2 games, 1,000 to 900. That is crazy. I think we need to hear from our coaches.
Definitely.
Let's see if we can get them to come through.
If we could get coaches from the Ruby and C9 match as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull them all. But wow, that was incredible.
You know, Gabe and Diff seemed to be the heroes of their team. They were both really putting in work. Diff with the caps, and I mean, Gabe was all over. He was top ranking in heals and damage and kills for his team. Outside of obviously the medics.
And right now, Topaz, they're posting in their channel. I think they're quite aware of how close that was.
Yeah, definitely winnable from the Topaz and Emerald sign. I mean, it was a nail biter for sure.
You guys want
And
to...
Noble Jar has joined the VC. We'll pull him in as well as Dift. Noble Jar, we'd like to hear from you first. You weren't on the stream. Your game was a nail biter. Can you give us a little bit of what happened?
I'll admit it was very similar to the ending of this match that you guys just streamed. We were down 300 and we came back up. It was a miracle. We just started getting our stuff together. Ghost really put it in again, and so did I on gate side. We didn't have the best team at all as well. I would like to mention it's a miracle that we won this game. Really, I think we did really good. Could be a lot better though. Could be a lot better. I feel like if we knew what we were doing in the beginning, we could have ended the game a lot sooner. I'm glad we won the.
Alrighty, well, Noble Jar, fantastic. We'll leave you here if you'd like, but let's hear from Diff. Diff, we were talking about you the entire game. You made pauses and points on almost every single rotation. I don't think this game would have been as close if not for you. What do you have to tell us about this game?
So first of all, one great point that Noble mentioned was that was not our best team at possible. The fact that the game came neck to neck, tie to tie, is absurd. I find that raises my confidence a lot when it comes to ALTARIS versus other teams. I believe we have a way stronger team than like Topaz if we actually brought our like best team possible. It was quite unfortunate because we had Gop having his graduation party and like Dreadful out. A lot of our like best players were gone to like some unfortunate coincidences due to the timing of the match scheduled. The game was very competitive. I enjoyed it. I believe we would have won at the last minute because we forgot to cap the point, and we were legitimately telling our team to cap the Tom
Yeah,
after the
Ruby's
fight,
up
and no one capped apart from me. And it was a very fun game. Like I said, that wasn't our best team, but that really gives me it raises my confidence to what our team can do on ALTARIS, and I wish we could dominate the games tomorrow and on Sunday if we could get that far. Thank you.
How was the morale with your team? Your last couple of losses, you guys have been, beating up on each other and on yourselves.
Um,
Was it different this
so
time around, or how are things going?
yeah, 100% different. So I pulled back Anon. I pulled back Dreadful. We've all had the morale confidence boost. We had Gabe, Jolie, and me pulling the team together. Uh, to this match, I let Anon lead this match because he wanted to what's called demonstrate his leadership capabilities and such. And 1 second.
All good. The games for tomorrow, for those still watching the stream, will be scheduled. They'll be scheduled in the next hour or so. And tomorrow we have the semifinals. Now, these games that were played this whole week on Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday were seeding games. The goal of these games is that we got to identify who the top teams were and thus seed them for the playoffs. So now moving into the playoffs, which are best of 3, these are only best of 2. Or best of 1 rather. This as the next 2 games will be Emerald versus Emerald versus Cloud9 and
I'll follow that.
Emerald versus Cloud9 as the lower bracket game, and Topaz versus Ruby in the higher bracket game. I mean, they're both the same bracket. In the final standings of our week, Topaz go 3-0. Yes, it can end. Anyway, so I'm really interested to see. There'll be best of 3 games. Our map pool is Echo Installation, Pride of ALTARIS, Docks Fair Zone, Ordana Foundry, and Warehouse. 5 maps. Each team will get to ban 1 map and then decide on the order. Both of those games will be played tomorrow between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. EST. Those games will be scheduled shortly. From there, on Sunday, the 2 teams that win those games will advance to the finals. The finals will also be a best of 3 on Sunday and will determine who wins the Snowcore Summer Tournament. Diff, as you've come back, just wanted to check in. And Mike is in the VC. I'm going to bring him in. I want to hear from him. This was a really, really competitive game. Someone else that I'd also like to hear from eventually is Dooley. He's in the VC. I'm going to bring him up, but Dooley, I'm going to ask you to not come in yet until the others speak. Diff, is there anything else you wanted to add on your end before we go to Mike?
Very competitive game. Like I said, I brought my best 12. I believe I'm very confident he'd lose. Thanks to Jolie for his motivation, and same with Gabe for pulling the team together. Great game, guys. I'm a dip. I'll see you all later.
Alrighty, excellent. Mike, how do you feel after such an impressive win? That was down to the wire. And an amazing play from Hugo that we saw to end the game. What do you think your team did well?
So I think we had really great comms. We were all like contributing. We had some really good playmakers like Krayshawn and Passfane. We were just like trying to annoy them. I think also we didn't bring our best 12 either. But we played really well. We had amazing comms. We had really good plays. It was great, and we're 3-0 now. So
The only team to go 3-0. Now there have been questions raised about your capability to handle loss, as you really haven't lost yet. Moving into our games tomorrow, they'll be best of 3. There is a chance you lose one of the 2 first games and move to a decider. How comfortable do you think your team is in handling a loss?
I think so. We did lose, I believe, 1 scrimmage out of like every single match /scrimmage we've done. I don't think I think we handled it well. I think it was more of a learning experience. What we've done is we had Hugo record his games and we VOD reviewed them,
Excellent.
including yeah. And we did also have a scare. I thought I disconnected like more towards the end of the game, and I thought my dad turned off the internet. I thought I was cooked. So I was like, but other than that, we did really good.
Well, excellent. Really happy to hear it, Mike. That both games today came down to the wire, and we were a little bit afraid. It looked like it was going to end on your side, but amazing pause plays and great calling. And I really think that we're in for a fantastic semifinals match. You guys are playing your semifinals match against our 0-3 team, Ruby. How comfortable do you feel for that match?
I think we're very comfortable. I think we have the better team and better what's it called? And I think we have better leadership / shot callers. I'm very confident we'll win.
Alrighty. I'm gonna bring up Hugo for a moment, but Dooley, you've been here waiting patiently. You've been one of the players in your team that's been outspoken in trying to support everybody. I don't know if you're here, Dooley, but do you have anything you want to say about this game?
I didn't really mic up as much for that one. I was kind of just focused on healing my people's type deal. But I mean, I think Diff said it. We didn't have our full 12, or like we were missing like 3 or 4 of our starters, I think, and still did that. So that was pretty cool type deal. But I mean, it was just an example of like inexperienced players in super comp settings type deal. Didn't know when to go recap or take initiative for themselves when they needed to in the clutch, which ultimately cost the game pretty much.
Totally get it.
Like
Well,
Hugo had the freest run for turn, bro. That shit was annoying because I was the only one shooting him with my little medi gun, my little pea shooter, and his ass just tanked it.
yeah, most definitely. Well, thank you so much, Dooley. We love to hear from you. I would like to get a moment with Hugo. Hugo, we were sitting there talking about how your team was going to lose. There was no way we saw that you guys could take a victory there, and I'm not necessarily sure how you guys pulled that out. That final play you made, you were on the point, running it down against like 4 or 5 people. How did you handle that pressure?
I've been in a lot of stressful moments on this game, but I can't lie that game had me leading my heart out. Like on the pre-rotates, like we had to figure stuff out on the fly. Like we were, I mean, like it was just insanely competitive, especially with get like tower control, and like if we didn't have tower, that one big door play where we just pushed in the big door. I said, all right, we just got to push in the big door, like, and shoot back up, and we shot back up. We got just enough of a pause for the term to rotate over, and then us to all pad over and get the cap for the last 30 seconds. That was absolutely insane.
That was a huge play for sure. That was one that I don't think anybody thought would work, but it did.
Yeah, the quick little pauses you guys were able to get without even capping was electric. We were so afraid for that final point, and the way it ended, we're all sitting there in shock. We talk about, I don't know, Hugo, if you've gotten the chance to see the Ordana score line, but the C9 Ruby game came down 1,000 to 981, and this one came down 1,000 to 984. If that doesn't show you the sheer competitiveness of this tournament, I don't know what does. We've seen fantastic play from everybody, and so it's really great to be able to see the whole this whole tournament kind of break out as it did. We just invited Red up to the VC. Red, your game came down to the absolute wire. In fact, we're hearing you were up around 300 points to start. What led to your downfall?
Bro, I don't even know where to start, bro. Like, I'm actually cooked after that, dude. Like, I don't even know.
All
like
right.
once we got a lead, everyone started like kind of stat padding.
Well,
And
Red.
then
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah.
Was
Yeah, I
that?
don't know, dude.
All right. Well,
It's
look, Red.
tragic.
You unfortunately are the only team to go 0-3, have not won a game, which puts you in the crosshairs of this Topaz team. They don't look invincible. They've had a lot of blunders, especially on ALTARIS, which is one of their home maps, but they've ended up pulling it out on both ends. Are you excited for your game tomorrow? Best of 3. Do you guys feel like you can, they only get one ban, you only get one ban. Do you have an idea of kind of where you want to go? I'm not asking you to give us your strategy, but do you kind of know what you think will be the best way to win in this best of 3?
Um, I feel like if we can like fix like the team's morale, it's very winnable. Because our team is kind of like broken now. Everyone's like pissed, so uh yeah. I feel like if I can fix the team's mentality, it's we can like stop losing.
Yeah,
Well,
alrighty. Go ahead, Duchek.
I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, C9 Ordana is kind of their home map. They've got a very strong Ordana roster. And you guys still brought it down to the wire. I mean, little personality and attitude adjustments are easy to make. Um, stuff like fundamentally playing wrong, that's different. You kind of have to go to the whole drawing board for that. What do you think you're gonna do to try to improve your team's morale and just overall mental?
Nah, I don't even know, bro. I need to like talk to them, figure something out, cause like right now as it stands, like there's like I feel like if we like win like one game, it's like savable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like once we win like one map, I can like pick the team's morale up and kind of like go off from there. Save this team.
Yeah. Don't you think that maybe just getting a scrim unrelated and just getting a win or two in might really make a difference?
Yeah, that might be what I'll have to do.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Red. Well, we wish you the absolute best in saving your team from the depths of despair. Um, and excited to see in your game against Topaz. They're hungry. They've been winning, but we could see an upset, and that would be one of the biggest upsets in this tournament so far. So I'll leave you to it, Red. Good luck, and wishing you the best. I'm gonna move everyone out of here. Just as kind of final closing thoughts for everyone here in the VC. Um, is there anything you guys think that we need to be prepared for moving into these next 2 games? As I mentioned, Topaz versus Ruby, Emerald versus C9, best of 3. They each only get one ban, meaning that we will play a total of 3 maps if, assuming they both win their own pick. What are you guys expecting?
So I think you can't rule Ruby out, to be honest. Every match Ruby's done, they lost, like they put up a great fight and they lost just by a little bit. But on the other hand, when we look at teams like C9 and Emerald, who are both have been very flimsy in terms of their outcome in matches, um, I think that one can go either way, to be honest.
Most definitely. Dude Shark, thoughts on where that game will go, or maybe even the other one?
I think a lot of it is just going to come down to what maps and who really shows up in terms of just players and mentality on both ends. Um, I think this Topaz team is going to be walking in with a lot of swagger. I'd be scared to play against them anywhere. Like Niad said, though, that Ruby team isn't short of talent. It's just going to come down to them getting their mental right. As for the other game, I mean, that could go either way. This Emerald team is strong. I mean, we've seen the depth and we've seen the caliber of players they have. You get them at the right map against C9, and you catch C9 in like an inexperienced moment, you could easily squeak out a win. But at the same time, C9's been winning their matches, and they've been doing probably more work than anybody else, arguably between them and Topaz, anyways. And so there's a lot of improvement, and they really have turned things around. So it's hard to say what happens on either end. Needless to say, it's going to be fun. Both matches will be fun. It'll be interesting to watch no matter what.
Most certainly. Quest, Alemski, either of you have anything you'd like to say? or are you guys good to go? I think we can end it there if no one has anything to say. We'll take it there then. Oh, Lemsky, what were you going to say?
I don't really have anything to say, but
All right.
the Ordana match, that was a sick stream to watch. That was the sickest stream I watched. Even the Pride of ALTARIS, it was so close.
It really shows the competition level. Quest, I see you unmuted. Anything you want to add before we
Oh
wrap
no,
up?
I don't have much to say, but I just been enjoying watching all these tournament matches I've been able to watch. It's been really fun, really
Yeah.
competitive. So that's all I got to add.
Most definitely. All right. Well, everybody on the stream, we're moving into finals weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Tune in. We will announce the times as soon as the coaches select them. We will be playing these games out for the grand prize and glory for all of the teams. So thank you all for tuning in, and excited to see you all moving into tomorrow and Sunday.